A little while ago, I realized that last month it was my 5th year anniversary of riding motorcycles. And I just want to talk about that a little bit and talk about my love for motorcycles, my love for the culture, for Harley Davidson, and everything it's done for me. I was somebody who grew up always wanting to ride, and then I became an adult and I didn't have the money, or, for a while I was with somebody who didn't want me to ride. So I started riding a little bit later in life. And it feels like I was talking to my friend about this one time that when you grow up looking at motorcycles and wanting a bike, there's kind of two types of people most of the time. There's the kind that get a bike and then it feels like that's what they should have been doing forever and they're fully immersed in the culture and doing all the things. And then there's guys who get a bike and they ride 50 miles a year, and after a few years they sell it because they realize it's not for them. I was definitely in the first category. As soon as I started riding, it felt like an extension of myself. It felt like something that, I should have been doing all along. My biggest regret is that I didn't start riding 20 years ago, so I would have another 20 years to ride. The amount of good times I've had, the amount of friends that I've made because of motorcycles, the things that I've done, the places I've gone that I never would have gone. There's things I understand now that I never would have even known before. I know when you are going over the bridge into Sandy Hook, there's a part right before you get into Sandy Hook where the temperature drops 10 degrees and you could feel it. And I know what the leaves smell like when you're whipping through a turn and you kick up the leaves in the fall. I know what that smells like. I know what the heat feels like on your skin and how the sun can go behind a cloud and it feels like, everything just drops. Riding motorcycle is the only thing that I have that's only for me. That's just for me. I do it for the love of the game. I don't do it because I have to do it. I don't do it because it's required of me. I do it strictly for myself, and it might be the only thing that I have that's just for me. Um, it's weird how it quiets my brain. I used to say this about flying drones. That the concentration you need to fly a drone, at a certain point, you kind of just get in the zone. And that definitely happens with motorcycles. Like when I'm riding, there's a certain part of the ride where I just get into a flow state and I'm not really thinking about anything. And you're just listening to the engine, and you're listening to the tires on the road, and you're, watching for the cars around you. And I just kind of let my mind drift. I think about my dad a lot, and just it feels pure. I know it's not for everybody. I know that, it's obviously a dangerous thing and not everybody is built for it, but it is 1000% for me. Next week, I'm going to Colorado and I rented a road glide for one of the days, and I'm going to try to ride to Moab and do some things, and I'm very excited. And then I'm doing